quad.
Robert, I was wondering if you could provide an update on Makai Becton. I think we're at like that 8-week mark for his recovery. Is he close to coming back to practice, or do you have an update on when he could potentially be on the field again?
No, he's still working through some things. It's looking like another few weeks, guys.
A few weeks before he could potentially play, or do you mean practice?
Practice, maybe a couple. It's somewhere in that 1 to 3 range, guys.
Robert, when you watched the film and you kind of dug in on what happened defensively yesterday, was there anything you saw that maybe you didn't see live, or anything that you said, okay, these are areas 1, 2, and 3 we got to fix this week?
Yeah, there's for the most part in that first half, we're playing some good ball. It was 10-3 with about 1:55 to go. Had some big time stops and some bad situations. We get beat on a double move to start the 2-minute drive, which sets up a touchdown and so they go in the locker room at 17-3. We get lapped. It's 24-3. And then the very next play, we have a turnover. They score, which makes it 31-3, and now the game's over. So it kind of there was a four series sequence there where it kind of got out of hand, but really liked the way we were playing for the most part. And then that third quarter, those first 2 drives of the third quarter were not anything near what we had been doing in the first half. So there's a level of consistency, obviously, that we're lacking, and obviously we've got to coach it a lot better. It always starts with me first, but we've got to coach it a lot better. We've got to understand that as players, and we've got to stick to our fundamentals and not panic in situations and make stuff up. But collectively, obviously, it's got to get better, and we've got 8 games to embrace the opportunity to go play great ball and improve on what we've put out in the first 9 games.
Robert, can you provide an update on Zach's knee, his practice availability for Wednesday, and whether he will start on Sunday?
Yeah, I'll get a better feel by the end of today and as we work into Wednesday. So just to see where he is mentally and physically. I haven't gotten a chance to get through the injury update quite yet, the full injury update with regards to Zach, but I'll have a much better idea come Wednesday.
This is a different than when I asked this question last Monday, because obviously, things have changed in regards to the quarterback position. If Zach's healthy, will he start for you guys though? Like, is that kind of where you are? If he's able to get a full week of practice, he'll start?
Kind of, that's a fair question, but I promise you, I've been digesting so much stuff this morning that I haven't even gotten to the quarterback part of it yet. So I'll have a much better idea come Wednesday.
Robert, you've talked a lot this year about the passion and the quality of Jets fans. So what is your message to them this morning following a game like yesterday?
Well, it's a good one. It is. I'm just as frustrated as everybody else, and my promise to Jets fans is this thing's going to flip, and the support obviously is always warranted. The criticism is always warranted, and you reap what you sow, right? But this thing's going to flip. I know in my heart this thing's going to flip, but sometimes you go through struggles to seek glory, and I know that's going to be one of those things that we get to experience. So,
Robert, I was curious. You were asked yesterday after the game about having a cornerback follow Diggs, right? And you kind of said that's really not what we do in our scheme. How do you balance? This is our scheme. This is what we do. This is what has worked. This is tried and true for us for 10 years or more. Versus maybe we don't have the horses to do exactly what we want to do scheme wise, and we have to change some things up to our players. Just how do you balance that as a coach?
That's again a great question. So there are some things in there where schematically we felt like we got to do a better job, Brian. It's just plain and simple. We had some things that from a schematic standpoint were designed to take care of Diggs, but from a execution standpoint and communication and coaching standpoint, it just didn't get done the way it was supposed to. So that's been a lot of the discussion this morning on why certain balls that he caught should never been caught, because the coverage should have said something different based on where he was aligned. Again, a young team trying to execute kind of a tweak in a game plan and trying to do something different, and it just didn't come out the way we were hoping it would. And that starts with coaching, and we've got to find a way to give these guys a better chance to be able to execute. So when you are playing an elite player like Diggs, he doesn't just tee off. I'm good if everyone else tees off, but he's not going to be one of the guys. And unfortunately, on a couple of explosives he had that Diggs had, it shouldn't have happened.
Robert, you've continued to say it's on you, and you have to fix things. Will you be more involved with the defense? Do you think you'll be, taking over play calling, anything like that to get this right?
No, Alec, and it's for all you guys. We're year one in the system, and Albrecht and his staff are trying to figure this out just as well as the players are. And they're going to hit a groove too. And am I there to assist? Absolutely. Do I sit in on meetings? Absolutely. Is play calling going to change anything? It's not going to change anything. It's execution. We don't, we always joke that a rhesus monkey can call our defense. It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be hard. But at the same time, from an execution standpoint and coaching standpoint, just being there, because he is trying to run a scheme and try to blend a little bit of what he's done in the past versus what we do, what we've done, and the way the system has evolved. And so there's nuances there where I'm there to assist, but I'm also there for the offense. I'm also there for special teams and trying to spread out and just try to assist where I can. And but at the same time, they're working relentlessly, and no different than Mike LaFleur has been working through with his staff to try to find their identity. And they're kind of, I know, despite yesterday, they've been getting better. It's the same thing on defense. They're going to find a rhythm. They're going to start getting better. They're going to connect, and it's just a matter of getting some continuity. Been decimated at safety, get decimated at the end, and we're going to get to the point where there's some continuity, and these guys are going to get better.
Robert, I know you are not an it's about me type of person, but I'm just kind of curious if you can characterize what this challenge has been like for you. If it's more than what you expected it to be. I mean, obviously you knew you had a young team and you're starting fresh, but to be non-competitive virtually in 3 out of the last 4 games, I'm sure this is not something you envisioned.
No, especially from the defensive side of the ball, where I know we're better. I know we can be better. It is frustrating. It is trying, but at the same time, we have 8 games to embrace an unbelievable opportunity to go get better and to prove what we're capable of. Because the first half of the year, the first 6 games of the year were not fake. We didn't allow a team over 30 points. We were playing good in the run game. We were playing good in red zone, third down. Like, all of it was pretty darn good. And so I know it's in there. It's just a matter of just tying it all back together, getting some continuity, getting back to the basics and playing ball. But I always say God put you on earth and put you in the life that you have because you're strong enough to do it. So it's, this is nothing. This is just a challenge, and it's an opportunity to go out to do something that I've dreamed of my entire life. So this is exciting. I know, and just like all fans, I'm frustrated, but I am not lost in the big picture, and that this thing's going to turn, and when it does, it's going to be freaking awesome.
As a quick follow, just ask you as a quick follow of that, how trying has this been for you, though, in these last month or so? I mean, as you've been trying to figure these things out and work with, Jeff, and before that, Mike, and, just try to fix these things. Personally, how trying has it been for you?
It's always going to be trying, right? I mean, it's when you, especially when you lose in this league, everyone wants to hit the panic button. Everybody wants to fire everybody. Everybody wants to cut everybody. Everybody's got an opinion, and it's deserved. But at the same time, when you win, everyone thinks that they got to turn around. So it's like Bill Parcells said. I said it before. He said there's euphoria and disaster. So you take the good with the bad with the good, and you just roll and you try to find ways to get better. And if we don't start getting better on defense, it'll be ugly. So.
Saleh, right now you guys have the worst point differential in the NFL. What do you guys have to do to fix that and turn things around in that aspect?
Same thing. The beginning of the year, through the first 6 games, felt like we were really good on third down. Felt like we were really good in the red zone. This second half of the season, with New England, Indianapolis, and now Buffalo, just 3 teams that got after us on third down and in the red zone. Just really, really bad situational football. Those got to get better. Felt like we played a really good game against Cincinnati, but were followed up with 3 other stinkers, if you will. So again, we got 8 games to embrace an opportunity to go attack the schedule and finish strong and really get the foundation of this of the entire organization's future starts tomorrow, and it's something that we all got to attack.
Robert,
I just wanted to follow up on Makai for a second. So what happened that's delaying his return? I mean, does he need more surgery?
No, he's a very, very large man on a knee, and it's just it's his body's makeup. Everyone heals differently. Him and McDermott had very similar injuries. McDermott, obviously, we were able to get active. He started a week later, I believe. We activated him for practice a week later. So Makai's just taking a couple extra weeks. Again, just a bigger body, bigger human. And so we're still confident that he'll make it for the season.
Robert,
Is it a shape thing, Robert, with Makai? Is he just not in football shape right now and in physical shape to return to practice?
Well, anytime you're not running, I think all of them are going to be when you miss that much football time. I mean, you got, Kyle Phillips came back and, he's working through his stuff. So he's working relentlessly. He does got to get out on the field so he can run and get back into football playing shape, but it's not from a lack of going through his rehab and attacking it the way he knows how.
We'll take 2 more here.
Robert, you've referenced 2017 a few times. You guys started 0-9, and then it kind of flipped. Obviously, a big trade was part of that transition. But what was it other than Jimmy? That year that you saw that things flipped, and are you kind of looking for some of the same things right now?
I'll try to explain this. One of the things that we did a really good job of in 17 is we were able to keep games close, and there was a lot of learning opportunities, and there was a chance for us to know that we're just 1 or 2 plays away. And so it looks like we're a million miles away when you look out on the football field. We got blown out a few times in 17, but there was always just that constant belief that we were going to get to where we needed to go. And so we just got to recapture it. A lot of guys felt great after Cincinnati. Like there was belief after going into the bye week that, we're moving in the right direction. We felt good about the things that we were doing, and the Cincinnati game was validation. And we've put up 2 stinkers, obviously, back to back. And then you can throw the New England game for a 3rd one, but it doesn't lose focus with like the stuff that we've put out there is real. You can't take that away from them. So if you're going to crucify the group for the bad ones and celebrate the good ones, and there's been a few of them, and we've got to be able to recapture those moments and just understand how we did it, the whys and hows and how that happened, and continue to build, get better, get faster, and see if we can hit the ground running and propel ourselves into the next season.
Last one here, if there is one.
Mike White, coach, had an awesome game, and he had a poor game in 2 of his starts. What's your level of confidence in him?
I still got a lot of confidence in Mike. Again, this market fascinates me in the sense that, he was anointed the next coming after 1 game, and now everyone wants to throw him away. Like he deserves better than that. And, he had, did he play his best? No. Is he capable of playing better? Absolutely. That's that defense, give them a lot of credit. They've made a lot of people look really bad, and they're pretty freaking good. They've been together for 4 years. They're so precise in how they operate. So credit to them, but haven't lost faith in Mike at all.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Recording stopped.